Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Pinnacle 36 KPTS fifth wheel. Picked a beautiful unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, you're going to have a slide that has an awning that comes out. That's what you're going to leave the most room for. You're also going to have an awning on your front here without a slide. On your off camp side, besides all your slides again, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power plug is going to plug in all the way in the rear of the unit. Got your power cord storage right up inside there. So the rear corner of the driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your docking station is going to be all the way up front, inside your front storage here. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, unhook our hitch, which includes this auto leveling system, and we will go ahead and auto level the unit. So to turn it on, we will simply touch it up and down at the same time to turn it on. Once it's on, you can lift the front to get your vehicle up out of the way. Once your vehicle is completely clear and all people are clear of the front, you're going to touch auto level. First thing that's going to happen, the whole front of your unit is going to dip down. So again, make sure everything is clear. Then it's going to start running down your leveling jacks back here. Front ones, rear ones over here. That's 6 points all together that are going to dance around until our unit is level and stable. Come around and show you the other ones up front here. The other side running down. Back ones are running down over there, and then these fronts. Make a long story short, it's going to continue adjusting all 6 of those points until you're level and stable. Once you are, we can hook up our power and water. So as that continues to run, we'll walk back here to our power cord, which again stores inside. Big 50 amp cord stores inside here. In your convenience pack will be a dog bone bringing you from 50 down to 30, as well as there'll be another adapter bringing you from 30 down to 15 amp in case you need to plug into a 110. Now this cord again stores inside. Hand pull it out, power retract it, use your other hand to adjust this, roll it up nice. Get your power hooked up, we can hook up our water. Now our docking station is going to be in our storage up here. This quick connect hose, I'm going to get out of my way. That's where that hot and cold shower is. Alright, at campsites we're going to hook up to city water. So first we're going to set this up for city water with white down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. We match city water. Grab your water pressure regulator. Hook up to city water here. That water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting all the lines in the unit. Always use those because you don't know the water pressure at different campsites. So hook that up, hook up your hose, get that set the way you need for city water. One more step before you turn that water on. Come out here to your hot water heater and make sure your drain plug's in there. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get some plumber's tape around that, get it in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now if the hose has been on for a few minutes, you can go inside, open up your slides if you need to, but I need you to get in there and open up all of your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines, then you can shut them off and you're all set to camp. While I'm on the hot water heater real quick, I will say, if your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come outside to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, just press them back in or reset. Alright, now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to go city camping, we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we have a 2-step process. First step, power tank fill. Turn accordingly. Really, we're just going to turn this blue down. Now we're going to fill it up at the city water spot, same way. Treat your hot water heater same way, make sure it plugs in there. But now I want you to go inside and watch the level of your fresh water tank filling. Where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a fresh water. Keep an eye on that. Once that's full, remove that hose. Then we're going to switch to dry camping. This will go up, this will go here. Now we're all set up to dry camp whenever we want to utilize that water out of that freshwater tank. We'll turn on our water pump. We can turn it on out here or indoors. Just wherever you turn it on at, make sure that's where you shut it off at. Alright, this is also set up to winterize and to sanitize. That's just to suck soapy water in. Make sure you bypass your hot water heater on those. Alright, we're all set up to camp. We got power and water. Let me go ahead and continue walking you around here, finishing here in this docking station. It's a light for your water pump. More instructions on your auto leveling system. Here's where you're pre-prepped for solar. Plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Again, hot and cold shower for this spray port to hook up to. Cable and satellite hookups here. All of our water connections. City water and freshwater fill. Tank flush. We'll talk about that when we leave the campsite and dump our black and gray tanks. Here's your freshwater filter. We don't put the filter in. Not all customers want them. Here's your handle to change that. And then here's a little hole to run your hoses down through. Again, over here is your hot water heater. There's your cover for that. That lifts right up off there. Sits on those two little nipples down there. Goes in. Flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you're running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. This is a little area that you can store your hoses, or excuse me, your gloves and sanitizing things for when we do dump our black tank. There's just a test line. Access to the back of our fridge here. A vent for your hood range on your microwave. There's a low point drain, easier access when the slide is closed, and it will be when you're leaving the campsites. Right there, that blue one there. There's your spare tire, that'll come down from the other side. Again, our power. You got a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Prep for a backup camera back there. Got accessory hitch, and all the accessory hitch towing information is right here on your bumper. I didn't mention on your slides, you've got these wipers. They've got a fluid that you can spray on these. Apply to those to keep them nice and pliable over the years. Great investment in your trailer here. Cable, a couple of 110s. J-port. Metal bar slide in that J-port there. There's your spare tire crank. With that closed, you can get that down. Or you can get up underneath there and crank it. You have the low point drain over here. Outdoor entertainment center. I think both these got to be pulled at the same time. They do. Cable hook up there. Show you Signia TV working out here. Just when you arrive at the campsites, go into your menu, run a digital channel scan to pick up all the local channels on from where you're at.
And the three.
Couple of outdoor speakers and a porch light. A lock for the back of your porch here. Spray port hose. Vacuum system. Lift this up, put your hose in there, turn it on here. To remove your bag, pull down on this, and there's your bag hookup in there. 110. This is where you're pre-wired for solar and your access panel to a lot of electricity, and the back of your water over there. Your hand crank for your spare tire. Cable of 110 out here if you want to put another TV out here. The propane is on a regulator. Your hydraulics for your leveling system, your battery post. Check the post every now and then. Make sure everything's nice and tight, nothing's wiggled loose over time. And lastly, your main propane over here. There's your regulator, lefty-loosey to open. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Green means you've got gas. You can put it in the middle, open them both up. I do one at a time, that way I can tell how much I've got left. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside. All right, now on your doors, biggest thing is you want to make sure your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it. You see how close it comes there? These can move over time. They're just adjustable with a 10-inch or number 10 socket. Your feet are also adjustable. Push up on this metal piece and that releases the leg that you can bring up and down. All right, coming up inside your unit, first thing I always like to point out your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Coming immediately in, come over here and open this cabinet and we're going to have our whole control panel. Go ahead and pull this door up. One thing I do want to mention on your awning real quick, I'll leave that door open. So all the way up top we've got our control panel. Touch the touch screen or utilize our buttons down here. I'll come down here at the end. That's the simplest way actually. So start up here, hit home, and you can go from climate, your lights, your motors, your tanks, or your power. Or these same things you can go individually down the left side. Start with our tanks. Fresh water is full, the other tanks are checking. Gas water heater was on as you're checking those. Up here is where you can turn on your water pump. Your hot water heater hooked to electric, hot water heater hooked to gas. It does make a difference. Here's where you turn on your tank heater. That'll turn on a little 12-volt pad on your tanks if you're in inclement weather and you think they might freeze. Next we go down to, motors. Our auto leveling you can do here. Slides and awnings. Next, climate. Main living room. And second AC back there. We'll go ahead and turn this AC on. To hear that going. You can change the mode from AC cool to fan to heat. Excuse me, bad background here. I'm gonna get it where you can see all this. Here you can change the heat mode to go to the furnace. Over here your fan speed, high or low. And then over here, desired temperature. You get colder for the AC. Shut that off, scroll up for your second AC. Hear that blasting back there. You can change the temperature here again. Just change that from cool to cool auto or fan. Number 1 is lights, interior. Number 2 is exterior. Number 3 is both. There's another spot to turn on your water pump. Over here, that means extend, that means retract. Awning 1, awning 2, slides 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then off, and then pair. Pair your device to the BM Pro app, and you can do all this from your phone. Coming back up here one time. Lights are all dimmable. Kitchen pendant, just slide that down. You see all our lights in this are dimmable just by sliding these little buttons here or just touching them to turn everything on and off. Down here your tire sensors and then your battery level. On your awning, I did want to go to awning 1 here and show you real quick. Running these out, you would just hit extend, get the awning 1 back open, extend, and that will run out. What I wanted to say is when you run these out, only run them out until you can see that brown bar, and there'll be a flap that falls down to 90 degrees. If you continue to hold down extend, that will run itself out past that point and start to run itself up backwards onto itself. So keep an eye on it when you're running it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. That's why the app is great. You can stand outside and do all this. All right, our door, I'll tell you, slam locks work best when gently slammed. Max air vent, just touch on. That's gonna open and turn on the air, the max air there. 4 different levels of speed. Fan off, open and close the vent. Hit off, or hold it in for off, excuse me. And that'll close it. Oh, here it is. Fan off. That'll close it and shut it off. This is for your ceiling fan down there. Accent lighting. These are just to help the thermostat work better. Here's your inverter. 110 with GFCI reset. And your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. That's always running off your battery, so keep that in mind. Over on our steps, sweep our trash up here, lift that up, automatically takes the trash in. On your closet, pantry here, you want to make sure that this is snapped open for travel. You got motion sensor lighting. Make sure you snap that, closed for travel. Completely separate manual on your Whirlpool. Over on the table over there, your Whirlpool fridge. Sink. This is a dispenser for water that is inside here. Oh, excuse me. The water that is inside the front storage outside. This is where you turn on that so that you can get that water out of that pump right here. Self-explanatory microwave. Start and stop. High-low exhaust. Got a light. Panel light on our stove. Panel light here and oven light. Hit that to high and then just press it in. That'll light all your burners here. Oh, that's your oven. You don't want to do that. But same thing on your oven. Shut all these off. Same thing on your oven. You will turn this to the light. Press that into spark. Look down there, make sure you lit your pilot light, and then turn it to the desired temperature. You got a little remote control here. You can turn on AC, low or high from here, as well as your pendant lighting. AC, I mean accent lighting, dinette lighting, water pump. Tons of places to turn on your water pump in here. Bring your TV up. In the televator, they call these. Bring it down for travel, of course. Remotes work pretty easy. Insignia is for your TV. Again, get in there and run your digital channel scan to be able to pick up your local channels. JBL sound system. Oh, that was already on. Turn that back on. Switch to FM off the Bluetooth. AM, FM, 3 different zones. Fireplace, remote for that as well. So not just for looks anymore. I can make it brighter or dimmer, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. Crank that up to in the 80s. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, instead of wasting your gas, crank up the heat on this and it'll get it toasting here in no time. Use their electricity instead of your gas. Again, bring this down for travel. We do got this extension here. It'll be on this drawer for a cutting board. I'm going to use that cutting board because I'm going to show you how to make your sofa into a bed. Simple process. Remove your cushions. These are just Velcroed on the back here. I found that standing in the middle gives you great leverage. Lift up here. Fold these legs out. Pull it up and towards you. Then lay it back down. Most importantly, when putting it back, make sure you lift the back up first. Otherwise, you're really going to damage this. We don't want to do that. Again, good leverage if you're in the middle here. Pull these in, jackknife this down, watch your fingers. And just that quickly, we're back to a sofa. One that has storage on the ends. Charging port in 110. One touch lighting back here. Or excuse me, all that accent lighting's here. More lighting here. Power port for your power recliners. Bring this out. You got a charging port here. Massage. Heat. Bring it back in. Again, another remote that you can do all your lighting from. Right from your seating. Restore that so you can snuggle a little better. Tons of paperwork in there. Go through it and register anything you think might need registering. Little pop-up power port here as well. Tons of places to charge on this thing. Your table has an extension here, and also matching folding chairs underneath your bedroom bed back there. Storage underneath your seats. Coming up the hall to our bathroom. Once you arrive and get your water, push this down about halfway. Get a couple flushes of water down in there. You always want to have some water down in your toilet before starting to use it. This will fold up. Again, a door that we want snapped open like it is for travel. That over there to make sure it doesn't move. All our lighting's here. We do have a fan up top. Hand crank open. Power exhaust there. 4 different speeds. Off. The matching chairs are underneath here. Nice cover on them to keep them from getting banged up. Another TV back here in the bedroom. Same kind, insignia, same setup. Go into your menu, set up your local channels. All prepped for a washer and dryer here. You have 2 gray tanks. Your second gray tank is your washer and dryer gray tank. So you know if you ever need that. Another door that we need snapped or bungee corded. Close. In this case, snapped open for travel. More remotes. Lay in bed. And conveniently shut off all the exterior and all the interior lights. There we go. All your main ones, of course. So that's what I like to do is go through the unit now. Let me show you this cover on your sink. So go through the unit and shut off all of these accent lightings. So this is where you walk through the unit. I say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Tie down your chairs with the safety straps. Bring everything in, put it all away, and start bringing your slides in. Now, several different places we can do this from. Do it from up here first. Go to our slides. I'm going to say doors and drawers. Again, walk through your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to be in the way of any slides coming in. Close. Make sure this one is bungeed open. Slide number 1, retract. Oops, you gotta keep your finger on these. I see our bedroom slide coming in. Another thing to do is come down here to slide 1 and hit retract. I find it easiest down here. You can get to everything quicker instead of having to scroll through up here. Slide number 2, retract. Hitch the slide. Again, making sure nothing is down here. All drawers are closed. Slide number 3, retract. Gonna be our living room slide. I want you to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism. I'll do it one more time. Slide mechanism saying I'm in all the way. Get your finger off me. Alright, hit number 1 and shut off all of our lights. I like to look outside real quick to see if our awning lights are on. They're off, so I know my exterior lights are off. Again, on your steps, make sure this door is all the way open. Lift this up, watch it as it comes in. Now before you leave the dump station, and I say that so you can go inside and check the levels of your tanks, I want you to lock, deadbolt your door, lift and turn this handle. That's how we want that for traveling. Alright, if we are out boondocking, we're going to get up underneath here, open up that white handle. That's going to be our freshwater tank. We're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to a dump station or to our home, whatever we're in need of. If we are at a campsite, we're going to hook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, I want you to park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of your tires. Before I do that, I'm going to show you how to bring up them stabilizing jacks. Again, we're going to come back up in here, press up and down at the same time, and that is going to turn on that green light. Make sure everything is clear to the front of the unit, and we're just going to hit retract all. Again, make sure everything is clear to the front of the unit, because the first thing that's going to happen is the front's going to dip down. Once that gets to the bottom, now it's going to bring up our auto leveling system. Once it brings all of them back up, which is pretty quickly, you hear it stop. Now we're just going to touch this front and bring the front up to the level of our vehicle that we need to get up underneath there. Alright, once I got this up, we are at the dump station. We're going to hook up our dump, we'll hook up our sewage hose where that one's already hooked up at. We'll come up here and pull this black handle. That's going to be your sewage again. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the levels of your black tank. If it shows empty, come back out here, leave that black handle open, and hook the hose up to this black tank flush. Let that run for a good 5 minutes. Again, emphasizing with that black handle open. That's going to wash all that nasty inside of your black tank. When that's done, close that, or remove that hose. Make sure all that washout you put in there has drained. Then close this and pour your gray. This first gray is going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out good for you. When that's done, again, the second one is for your washer and dryer if you ever hook that up. So when that one's done, go ahead and take your sewage hose, and store it in a sanitary place. Come to your hot water heater. If you're done camping for a while, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump a bunch of hot water out of there, so be careful. Then you can pull your drain plug to get all that stagnant water out of your hot water heater for the season. Done dumping, head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Pinnacle for many years to come. Happy camping.